This is the Grow Daily podcast, and you are listening to your host, Piyush Agarwal. Hello, and welcome to this brand new episode, the 17th episode of this series. Today, we are going to talk about something that's really interesting, but like our last episode, can be slightly controversial or debatable. Well, I hope you found the growth marketing versus growth hacking episode interesting. We will be talking a lot about growth hacking in future as well. But if you're out there looking out for growth hacking techniques, I would recommend check out the Bamf Bible, that is BAMF Bible 2019. It's put together by Josh Fetcher or Josh Fector. I can be wrong with the last name pronunciation there, but it's put together by him and his amazing community of marketers, in which they share the top growth hacking tips and techniques for the year. Obviously, a lot of these techniques will just dry out pretty quickly because that's how growth hacking works. So you might want to check it out ASAP and see if there are any growth hacking techniques that you would like to apply. Like I said in the last episode, be careful as to why you're applying a particular growth hacking technique and know what the kind of results you should be expecting. With that, let's get started with today's controversial topic. So today we are going to talk about rebranding. Now, rebranding is a massive topic. It's something that can be done for growth and can actually enable your company to grow better and grow in the right direction if done well. So we are going to talk today about how rebranding can help you in your company's growth. However, rebranding in itself is a very broad and a massive topic. So what I have done is, for the ease of understanding, I have split the topic across 3 different episodes. So in today's episode, we are just going to uncover what rebranding is all about and how it can help you grow further. And also, whether you should be rebranding or not, because it is a topic that needs to be thought about a lot before you jump into it. Now, rebranding, as the name suggests, it's all about changing the way your brand is perceived or identified. It's not a new concept. Since our childhood, we have seen several brands being rebranded over and over again over the years. A lot of them prominent brands have also done it. A lot of the smaller brands have also done it. If you have been thinking that rebranding is something that only the big boys do, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and all the brands that you are surrounded by, you are wrong. Rebranding is for any business that sees an opportunity to improve its brand image, to improve its perception, its customers' perception of the brand, to go ahead and do it. It can be done for companies with millions of customers or for companies who have a handful ones. Obviously, it's slightly easier for the companies who have a handful customers only to go through the rebranding, but nonetheless, it's not an easy process for anybody. So, firstly, you should know why you are rebranding. So, rebranding in itself are 2 kinds. There's the proactive rebranding and there's the reactive rebranding. The proactive rebranding is when you identify something's not clicking. You identify that there is something that's not working with your current branding, current product line, or the current packaging and perception that the audience is driving from your brand. And you want to proactively go out and make some changes. It can be a complete makeover of how the brand looks. It can be a change in the name as well, or it can be change in the brand philosophy. There are multiple ways that a rebranding can be approached, and we will talk about that later. Reactive rebranding, on the other hand, is more of a result of something external, something else happening, and that leading to the rebranding. For example, mergers and acquisitions. If the organizations get acquired by some other company, there may be a rebranding in progress. Or let's say the company earned a bad image due to some reason, and now they want to go through a makeover so that they can win back their customers. Like this, there are several other reasons as well that can lead to reactive rebranding. However, in the world of growth marketing, we are most of the time talking about proactive rebranding. Now, there can be multiple reasons as to why you should be rebranding your brand. And it is an expensive activity, not just in terms of money, but also in terms of time. So it is something that should be picked only if it's really necessary. So in order to go through a rebranding activity, there has to be a catalyst, something that's leading to this process, leading to kick off this process. Now let's go over the reasons why companies go through rebranding. The first reason can be that the customer demographic and the behavior towards the brand has changed. With every passing year, every industry notices consumer behavior changing. and you have to keep an eye for it. Now, if you start realizing that your brand doesn't connect with your audience anymore based on the current behavior, or that you are leaving out a wide demographic which needs to be retargeted now, a rebranding can be helpful. The second catalyst can be competition. You have been noticing what your competition has been up to. Based on what your competition is up to, a rebranding can help you get ahead of the curve. It can show that you are a much younger and vibrant brand than your competition. So keep an eye out for the competition and understand if based on what the competition is up to, you really have to do a rebranding or not. The third catalyst can be new business categories or business lines. Now, as business grows, companies do keep adding new products, new business lines to their business. And a lot of times, the new business line doesn't go well with the current branding due to whatever reasons. A rebranding can help understand how the business is evolving, not just for the customers, but also for your investors and employees. It's important that they still connect with the brand and also the new direction the brand is heading. So the rebranding can help do that. Finally, a low category growth can also lead to rebranding. This rebranding may not require an overhaul of the complete company, but it may require a focused rebranding of that category and how that category is promoted. Or it can lead to a larger rebranding as well. The strategy may differ from company to company. Now, whatever may be the catalyst for you to consider rebranding, one thing needs to be there, and that is your brand story. You need to have your brand story in place as to why your brand is changing, why it is evolving, and the story needs to be in your customer's language. It should clearly show your customers and your loyalists why this new direction is exciting and required. Because your customers have been connected with your brand for a long time. They identify the brand based on what they have been looking at and how they have been perceiving it over the years. And a rebranding doesn't always go well with the customers. So you need to be careful that you have the right story in place, that you know why you are rebranding and how it is for good of the brand and mostly its customers. Because only then can you really sell the rebranding and enable growth. Customers need to embrace your new brand. Only then can that new branding fuel growth. Obviously, you can say that any publicity is good publicity. However, in terms of branding, you wouldn't want the bad word to go out. There will obviously be critics, some who wouldn't like the brand, but still there should be a branding story that can even convert one of those. So learn to tell the right story and learn how you can do that. There are quite a few books out there that can help you narrate your brand story in an effective manner. One of them that I found really interesting was All Marketers Are Liars by Seth Godin. Seth Godin, himself a marketer, is a celebrated author and writes beautifully. Do pick his book up and learn how you can rebrand and tell your brand story better. Even if you don't want to rebrand, it's better that you understand how you can tell your brand story better. And now finally, how can a rebrand help you grow? If done right, a rebranding can make your customers get closer to the brand. It can make them feel that the brand has been listening to them and they also are excited about the new direction, the new path that the brand is taking. It also tells the customers that the brand is evolving and newer exciting things lie ahead. It can also help you introduce new products in the market and also make sure that the press go all ringing for telling your brand story, that they want to cover and talk about the branding and make sure that everybody finds out. So it's a marketing activity in itself, while it's something that cannot be undone without a lot of pain. So you have to be careful when it's about rebranding. You have to make sure that you are choosing the right direction for the brand and you're doing it when it's utmost necessary. Recently, we went through a rebranding exercise for one of my clients and it's been a great learning experience, not just for me, but also the brand. We just rolled out the new branding earlier this week and we are still seeing opinions and criticism and reactions coming over. So this is an exciting phase and I thought this would be the right time to record these episodes. Over the next 2 episodes, I'll be walking you through how we went across the rebranding exercise and in a few weeks also tell you how the rebranding worked out for this fitness company. So keep listening to this podcast. Do share it with your friends who you think would find it helpful and also please leave a review because that would show your love and also help me reach more people. With that, I'm signing off for today. You have been listening to the Grow Daily podcast, and I'm your host, Piyush Agarwal. See you guys tomorrow.